On August 14, 1945, the Japanese surrendered unconditionally to the Allies. The news about the defeat was strictly kept secret by the Japanese, even all radio stations were sealed by Japan. But young group figures Sultan Syahrir, Wikana, Darwish, and Hairul Saleh heard this via BBC radio.
Just now, I heard news from BBC London in radio in Bandung, which informed Japan surrendered to the Allies, meant that there was a power vacuum in Indonesia.
In that case, we must urge the opposition, especially Bung Karno, to immediately proclaim independence.
That's right. Japan has no more authority in our country. We must take advantage of this moment.
That's right, friend.
But don't let the Proclamation of Independence be proclaimed by the Indonesia Independence Preparation Committee.
Why do you think so, friend?
Because Indonesian Independence Preparation Committee is a body formed by Japan. We don't want any interference from Japan in the Proclamation of Independence.
Therefore, let's agree to reject all form of gift of independence from Japan, because we will compile our own independence.
Mushari is right. The independence is right and problem of the people. That must be proclaimed immediately. Let's all ask Insinyur Soekarno and Bung Hatta to sever all relation with Japan.
Exactly. If so, Mr. Wikana and Khairul Saleh, you must come to Sukarno's house to deliver the news. I and the others will order other youth members to seize power from Japan.
On August 14, 1945, Syahrir, Wikana, and Darwish arrived at Sukarno's residence on Jalan Pegangsaan Timur, number 56, Jakarta, around 9 p.m. Both of them delivered the results of meeting decision. At the meeting came several nationalist figures such as Muhammad Hatta, Iwa Kusuma Sumantri, Sudiro, and Ahmad Subarjo.
Clinton, please. What do you mean you come here?
I heard the news of Japan surrendering to the Allies on BBC London radio in Bandung. So from that afternoon, we from the youth group gathered to meet, and the result was all the youth group agreed that Bung Sukarno and Bung Hatta immediate formulate Indonesian independence.
We cannot just proclaim independence. We must discuss at the PPKI meeting.
We cannot discuss it at the PPKI meeting because PPKI was formed by Japan, and Indonesia's independence must be from the efforts of the Indonesian people, not of the giving of other nations.
I don't think so. We really should talk about it at the PPKI meeting, because PPKI is a body tasked with preparing for independence.
Do we have wait for Japan's promise to liberate this nation? We must rise up and proclaim our own independence. Why wait sweet promise? Japan itself has even lost its holy war.
The power of handful of these will not be able to defeat Japanese troops. Try to show me what is proof of the calculate power. How do we later maintain the independence?
But The sooner we proclaim independence, the sooner we will end the suffering of the people who have been born so far. This is what our nation has been waiting for, man.
Alright.
Finally, because each of them maintained his opinion, the four young people said goodbye to Bung Karno. Shahrir, Wikana, Darwis and Saleh said goodbye and rushed to leave the residence of Bung Karno with an irritated face.
How is this? The youth demanded immediately proclaim independent.
But we cannot be careless, man. We need time to prepare everything carefully. So something doesn't happen, that doesn't happen.
I'm agree. In my opinion, the most important thing now is facing a least intending return to power in this country. Other than that, the issue of independence should be discussed again in the next 18 August prepare commit for Indonesian independence session.
Then what about the opinion of the young group? Do we just ignore it?
Yes, after all, they are young. Their thinking is too short. We must look ahead, prepare it carefully. If not, what will it be if everything falls apart?
All right, man.
The efforts of the youth with spokesman Sultan Syahrir to persuade Engineer Sukarno to immediately proclaim independence experienced failure. On August 15, 1945, at 24 o'clock, the young group held a meeting at BPP Dormitory, Jalan Cikini, number 71. In the meeting, it was decided to evacuate Sukarno and Hatta to Rengas Dengklok. The aim is for Engineer Sukarno and Dr. Andes Muhammad Hatta was not affected by Japan. At 4 o'clock on August 16, 1945, Engineer Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta was taken by a group of young men to Rengas Dengklok. The group departed from Sukarno's residence, which was escorted by Peta forces under the leadership of Sudenko Singhi.
Waalaikumsalam. What did you come this morning?
We intend to bring you and Sukarno to join us to the place of seclusion.
Place of seclusion? What do you mean?
Yes, we will take you to be seclusion to avoid the influence of threat of clashing between the people and Japan.
Alright, we will come along.
You had better Miss Fatmawati and your child to join us, Bung, so we can guarantee their safety.
Alright, I will fight them.
The loss of Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta mysteriously that morning caused panic among leaders in Jakarta. This event was only discovered by Mr. Ahmad Subarjo at 8 p.m.
Do you know where Engineer Sukarno and Bung Hatta?
Sorry, I don't know, man.
Say to me where they know, and I will ensure their safety to back Jakarta. And I also ensure the proclamation of independence will be announced at 17 August 1945, no later than 12 o'clock.
Alright, I will show the place in Rengas Dengklok.
Please come in, gentlemen.
Wait a minute. We will take proclamation at the home Javanese of Admiral.
I'm done. Please enter all. I guarantee that while you are in my house, you will be granted safety.
Well, in the room where we can formulate it.
Please discuss in dining room. I will go to rest first.
Thank you, Mr. Officer.
We will start now. What do you propose about the text of the proclamation that we will discuss? To shorten the time, I already have the concept of the text of the proclamation.
So that, will you read it?
Alright, with pleasure.
How if the first proclamation text from formula of BPUPKI?
Yes, fine. Then not formulas will be taken.
The part of Indonesian statement to determine his own destiny.
Okay, a good idea. Any other suggestion?
What if the second sentence is changed, transfer power?
Yes, it is better, and I also agree.
Then on whose behalf is this proclamation?
Because this all thanks to Indonesian servicemen on behalf of the Indonesian people.
Good idea, man.
What do you think?
Yes, we agree.
Then who will sign this text proclamation?
What if it was made like the Declaration of Independent America?
What do you mean by that?
I mean the text was signed by everyone present tonight.
I don't agree if the text signed by PPKI's member.
Why don't you agree?
I think PPKI was formed by Japan. Its members were appointed by Japan. We get this independence for our own nation's efforts.
Yes, I agree with you.
Then who will sign the text?
How if the text of proclamation was signed by Insinyur Soekarno and Dr. Andes Muhammad Hatta as the representative of the Indonesian nation?
Yes, I agree with Sukarno's opinion.
Okay, I'm willing. Then what about Bung Hatta?
Yes, with pleasure.
Well, if Bung Hatta agrees.
The text is submitted to Sayuti Melik to be typed, and the signing will be done after the text has been typed.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Man, please type this text.
Okay, Bung. I'm ready to do it.
After the text of the proclamation text was received by Sayuti Melik, he changed a number of words whose spelling was deemed inaccurate. Some words were changed, namely, the term tempo became the tempo, and the word Jakarta 17/8/45 became Jakarta Day 17, month 8, year 05. After typing that day exactly on Friday, August 17, 1945, the reading of the Proclamation of Indonesian Independence will be held in the Ikada field, but for the security reason, it was moved at the residence of Insinyur Soekarno, Jalan Pegangsaan Timur, number 56 at 10 o'clock. The invitees and residents of Jakarta flocked to the residence of Bung Karno. At the same time, Soekarno and Fatmawati arrived at their residence and talked for a while.
Alhamdulillah, finally everything went smoothly. Thank you for accompanying me at times that are quite draining.
Yes, thank you Gusti Allah for giving our nation away. Oh yes sir, have you planned how tomorrow the proclamation will take place?
Already, we will carry out a flag ceremony which will be following by Indonesia Raya song by Bung Supratman.
Don't we have no flag yet? How is this?
Oh my god, I forget. What if you sew a flag?
But you don't have clothes sir, the clothes is only red and white. It's okay?
Of course, no problem. Make a simple flag.
Alright. And I have an idea. We just name the flag Sang Saka Merah Putih. What do you think, sir?
A good idea. Yes, the heritage flag Sang Saka and its colors are red and white, becoming Sang Saka Merah Putih. Brilliant.
Yes, you should prepare there. Make a speech that later you will read.
Independence Proclamation Friday on August 17, 1945 at 10 o'clock on Jalan Pegangsaan Timur number 56, the proclamation of Indonesian independence was held. Just before the ceremony began,
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Trimurti, please raise this flag as a sign of the beginning of the glory of this nation.
Ready, man. I will tell my students to fly it. Hey, you guys, take good care of this flag. You have honor of raising this flag for the first time in Indonesia history.
Ready, Commander. We will not disappoint you.